If you are relying on endless lightweight dumbbell kickbacks to get bigger arms, you are leaving serious mass on the table. Most of the arm building advice online is deliberately overcomplicated, designed to sell you massive circuits of tiny triceps extensions that simply do not work. Instead, we are going to walk through the only 3 movements you actually need to build thick horseshoe triceps, backed by clinical research, not gym myths. Getting real size means we have to stop treating arm training like light cardio and start applying the specific physiological stress that forces your body to adapt. Let's look at what actually drives muscle growth across your entire body: progressive mechanical tension. This chart illustrates exactly how muscle adaptation works in relation to effort. Notice that growth only triggers when you cross a high threshold of load and take those sets close to absolute failure. The most common mistake lifters make is picking a weight so light they could go through the motions in their sleep. Pushing out 30 easy reps with a 5-pound dumbbell completely fails to reach that necessary threshold for adaptation. True triceps growth requires dropping the high rep fatigue mentality and forcing those muscle fibers to handle heavy, challenging loads. The first step in this routine is a heavy compound press. You can use either the close grip bench press or weighted dips. These compound movements are mandatory because they force your entire body to stabilize while moving the maximum amount of overall weight. But a lot of people ruin this step by rushing their repetitions, doing tiny quarter reps, and just bouncing the bar at the top of the movement. You have to execute this with strict form, controlling the weight down on a deliberately slow eccentric phase before pressing up hard. Getting strong on this heavy compound press establishes the high-load baseline you need to make the rest of your isolation work actually pay off. Next, we move to the overhead triceps extension, using either a dumbbell or a cable. The specific goal here is prioritizing the long head of the triceps to build that thick, meaty look on the back of the arm. Here is what almost everyone misses. Let the weight drop all the way behind your head for a deep stretch. This bar chart compares muscle growth. Research proves training at longer, stretched lengths produces significantly more hypertrophy. For this exercise, pick a moderate weight and aim for 10 to 15 repetitions using a strictly controlled tempo. If you perform partial reps without entering that deep stretch, you are leaving obvious arm size completely untouched. We finish the workout with an isolation movement, heavy cable pushdowns. The objective here is to lock the muscle under continuous, uninterrupted tension for the entire set. Look closely at this posture comparison. Do not lean your body weight into the cable. Stand tall with your elbows rigidly locked at your sides, so your triceps are the only limiting factor. Because this is your final fatigue mechanism, you need to push through the burning sensation until you reach genuine cramping failure. That ensures every remaining muscle fiber gets stimulated. Now, none of these movements matter unless you apply the rule of progressive overload. Doing the exact same routine with the exact same weights month after month is a waste of time. You force adaptation by consistently adding more repetitions, reducing your rest periods, or adding 5 pounds to the bar each week. To do this effectively, track your lifts every single session so you can make incremental, mathematically verifiable progress. Progressive overload is a rigid requirement. It is the dividing line between lifters who build real muscle and those who just spin their wheels. So here is the completed blueprint. Start with a heavy compound press for high load, move to an overhead extension for the deep stretch, and finish with cable pushdowns for continuous tension. And remember, all 3 of these movements must be executed under a strict system of progressive overload tracking. Take this blueprint into the gym for your next arm day, apply the exact form we discussed, and push yourself to your absolute physical limits. Relying on evidence-based mechanics is the only reliable way to forge serious size. Hit the subscribe button for more science-driven training advice, and I will see you in the next one.